Hi, Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. In today's Moment with Mickey, we're going to be talking about how to be a better leader. But before I give you those tips, I want to tell you a story that I'm sure you've heard probably a comedian talk about this. There was a person, could be a guy or a girl, let's say their name is Kelly. Kelly's young, meets a wonderful person, they fall in love and they get married. A few years later, unfortunately it ends in divorce. Fast forward, Kelly meets somebody new, falls in love, they get married, but unfortunately a few years later, the marriage ends in divorce. A third time, Kelly finds someone, falls in love, gets married, and another divorce. So, first time, unfortunate. Second time, really unfortunate. Third time, Kelly, I think it's time to take a look at yourself. That story sets us up for what's happening in many of the customer-facing businesses today. Doesn't matter what industry, service industry, restaurant, bars, retail stores, auto repair, any kind of business that has customer interactions with their team are facing a very similar problem, and that is how to attract and retain top talent. If it keeps happening over and over again to you, where you get somebody in, you hire them, bring them on, and then they just don't work out. Either you let them go or they let themselves go and they quit. Either way, it's time to take a look at the leadership of who is running and managing those teams. If it's you, listen up. If it's somebody on your team, you need to take a look at their style and their leadership skills. A significant percent of people who find themselves in a leadership role got there because they were really good at what they did in a more entry-level position. Maybe they were a sales associate and they did great, and so they got promoted to assistant store manager or store manager. A great bank teller gets promoted to personal banker. A service desk associate gets promoted to the service scheduler. Understanding the details of the job and how the job gets done is all very important to a leader. But having those skills and doing the job is one thing. Leading other people to learn those skills and to do the job is a whole other thing. Leading people is one of the most challenging parts of any business. But I'm going to share with you 8 top tips that I guarantee if you start using these tips and doing them on a consistent basis, you will see an improvement in your team's engagement and your ability to retain and attract top talent. Number 1, listening. If a team member is talking, give them your full focus and attention. It's a simple way to make your team feel valued so that they know you care. Number 2, empathy. Get to know your team. Find out what makes them tick. Learn their strengths and their opportunities. When you really get to know them, that shows that you are empathetic, that you care, that you want them as part of the team, and then they want to be part of the team. Number 3, healing. Now, this isn't as hard as it sounds, but sometimes you can bring on new employees and they may come to you from a previous job that had a really toxic work environment. You have the opportunity to help them heal. And healing is as simple as creating a healthy work environment. Giving people the tools that they need to do their job so that they can succeed and feel like they're a valued member of the team, that is a way to help them heal. Number 4, self-awareness. Just as it's important to understand your team's strengths and opportunities, it's also important to do a little self-reflection on your own. Use your strengths in ways that will benefit the team and the company, and recognize your own limitations so that you can leverage your team and their strengths in those areas where you might need a little help. Number 5, communication. Communication is so important. It's much more than listening. It's sharing ideas with your team and getting their feedback. It's having discussions about the why behind changes or anything new and different. It's a great way to build consensus and to get buy-in from the team. That way, everyone feels like they have a stake in the success of the business. Number 6, lead by example. It's your job to set the tone for your team. People pay more attention to what you do than what you say. So don't ask people to do things that you wouldn't do yourself. Number 7, commitment. Commitment to the growth of people. Providing training to team members can develop the skills that they need in order to thrive in their role. Number 8, build community. Teams who trust each other and work better together, they get more done. It's important to cultivate relationships among your team members, especially when you have multiple locations. Make sure to build in time for fun so that you give those relationships an opportunity to grow and develop. It's so worth the investment because when employees feel a connection to their fellow coworkers and to their supervisor, they are much less likely to leave. So commit to practicing these 8 top tips on how to be a better leader, and you will see an improvement in your ability to attract and retain top talent. For more tips like this, like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, just search for Retail Level Up. Be sure to visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and sign up to get our newsletters. We send Monday Motivation and Top Tip Tuesdays because we all could use a little extra motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.